The areas that are going to be covered in this video are as displayed, and we do hope you enjoy this video.
Applications in Microsoft Windows 10. So if you click the Start button, you should see you've got all your applications in a full list just here. But on the right hand side, you should see an example of an application just here. You may be asked in your test, it should highly likely show you a picture and ask you to where you would click to get an application, open an application, should say. So you see an application, Office application Outlook 2016. You could click that if it was asking you in your test to do that one there too. Another strong point with Microsoft Windows is you may find that some files don't work correctly. Now, I haven't really got an example unless we're in a live situation and causing it, but you may find that you're working on a Word document, or if you're in another application, you might see that it says file is not responding correctly. So let's just also use an example. The calculator, for example, isn't working correctly. It's just a point. What we can do is we can hold Control, Alt, and Delete on our keyboard. That may come up in your tests. Now, to get to the Task Manager, it's Control, Alt, Delete. Remember, Control, Alt, Delete will open the option to go to your Task Manager. And then from here, you'll see applications that are running at the current moment. Now it's say in brackets just here, not responding. In your test, you may be given a scenario where it'll ask you to end the task that is not responding. So you'll see that I've selected Microsoft Word 32-bit just there, and then I can press End Task, and there it is. It's gone for us, and that will immediately close. Even if it's running in the background, it will go. So keep an eye on that in your test. You may find that does prop up how to close unresponsive programs. So the first point is Control Alt Delete is to open the ability to get to the Task Manager. So Control Alt Delete, and then you've got the Task Manager just here too. We'll have seen in our first video some of the files and folders that we've been navigating around, but not knowing what their intentional purposes are. So you'll see here we've got 6 icons, and in your test you may be asked to identify which one is which. So this is particularly the most common ones that you might actually find, just to keep aware of. So I'm just going to drag the ones that are specific. So we know that we've used an example earlier. So we do a normal notepad file. It is just a text file just there, and we went through a zipped file, so it will always be the file extension as .zip. Then it comes to the ones in the middle are a bit more particular. So you'll see these 3 just here. These icons are identifying a application for Microsoft Office. You've got the A, the P, 2 P's there. This P here is Microsoft Publisher, which the file extension is .pub, and we've also got this one here. Now this is .mpp. What it goes for is it's Microsoft Project. So if any of you in your future years have got any project work that you need to do and need an application to manage, you might familiarize yourself with the .mpp file extension, which goes there. Then we've also got .acdb, which is an Microsoft Access file. So if any of you do go onto your A226 and cover the M5 Access module, you'll be using that file extension quite a bit. And then finally, this icon here, it's an Excel file it is. However, it isn't a normal Excel file. What it is it's a comma separated values extension. So what that does is that all the data inside has been separated by their commas, so they're all entities on their own. So just keep an eye on some of those text bits there, the file extensions, particularly .zip and .text in your test. Looking at, and also, and it's even it's not on here, but Microsoft Word is .docx. So just keep an eye on that in particular as well. You may be asked to, in your test, to show where you would go to print if you're using an application. I'm just going to bring WordPad up again. So we go to WordPad, just we do here. And then we've got our normal layout. We've got our ribbon, for example. I could just put first document, put some content in there. We go to File, and then we go to Print. Oh, if we cancel that to get a bit more quicker. File. And if we go to print, you'll see you've got a few options just here. You've got print preview, got a quick print, and print. If we click print, it should give us our printer that we want to use. May in your test ask you to select the specific printer that you want the document to go to, or how many pages, and what we'd want them to do, number of copies as well. just another thing to keep in mind. If we wanted to take a screenshot, for example, of our active desktop, so when I mean by the active desktop, everything that's on the screen at the moment, what we can do is use a specific key on the keyboard to do that. So you'll see we've got the desktop just here, we've got our icons, we've also got the Windows Explorer currently available to us. On your keyboard you should see a key, probably at the top right of your keys, it's called print screen. It might be merged in with a word called system request as well. But what you can do is if you press that button and then you went back to your application, so we're using WordPad, and we press paste, it's taking what is the equivalent of us taking a picture of the desktop and putting it into our document just here. However, if we wanted to just do a screenshot of just the application we are using, we can go back, we can select the application, so this application just here, it's a File Explorer. We can hold down Alt this time and then print screen, and if we go back and let's paste, you'll see we've got just a screenshot of the application. Keep in mind the print screen option, it will highly likely come into your test where you should do that. It may ask you, please select which key would be to take a screenshot, and it'd be that one. And if it also asks you to do a screenshot of just the active application you're using, it's the Alt button plus the print screen too. So just going to close this down. Just want to also point out another thing with applications. You'll see what we've got is some files, folders, a recycle bin just down here. If you were to go just down to the Start button, we've got our list of applications, maybe some folders in there, like they regarded as default programs. What we could also do is say, for example, Microsoft PowerPoint. If I wanted to make sure it was on the taskbar just here, to open up, I can right click and then I could have pin to taskbar just there if I wanted to put it just down there all the time. Just keep in mind that this will show recent for use. It will probably just show quickly there because I'm using a university machine, so it runs a bit differently than what you'll see. But another thing to be aware of is some of these icons have got this little arrow just down here. What that means is it's a shortcut. So these aren't the applications you've got like Microsoft Teams, I've got Log Off This PC. What they do is they're a shortcut to another location on the computer hard drive or in the folder arrangement that's available, and that will create a shortcut so you don't need to go to like several locations in your folders to get something. You can create a shortcut that will immediately take you there. So if you had, like, say for instance on your student shared, if we were to go into EC student, and if we go to our A126, what we can do is we can create a shortcut to that, and then you'll see we can put it there on your desktop by moving it. You can delete the original one just here. Looks like someone had previously done it, so there's a couple in there. And then I can close that down, and instead of me going through all the locations in File Explorer to get to one place, I can just double click and it's taking me to A126 straight away. So it's really, really fast and handy, and it'll improve your productivity when you're using a computer so you can get to a place much more quick.